Deserts can be beautiful and at times magical. A lot of people might think of them as dry, barren, inhospitable places. And well, they can be harsh. But in fact, deserts are teeming with life. And life has found fascinating ways to adapt to any environment on Earth. Deserts are no exception. Certainly our desert friends do face many challenges in surviving these harsh conditions. That's why they've evolved in so many specialized ways. One of the most common reptiles found here, the desert iguana.
Desert iguanas are typically found in a scrubby habitat, more or less. Generally anywhere you would find creosote, you're generally going to find desert iguanas running around. He is an absolute desert survivalist, and he is adapted from head to toe to deal with some of the hottest, harshest climates in North America.
They are primarily an herbivore, but here at the Living Desert we feed our salad as well as some bugs. So out there in the wild, they're going to be getting their water from the food that they eat, such as their vegetation obviously, and the bugs.
People will oftentimes say, I saw a white lizard the other day, and actually what it is the desert iguana, which when she's been outside all day, she bleaches out, so she's all the color of her polka dots or her legs, so she's beautifully camouflaged.
One of the things you're commonly going to see when you see a desert iguana when you're out hiking is the push-up behavior. And this push-up behavior is done in order to establish territory. So when there's two males in the same territory, they're going to start doing push-ups. And hopefully the stronger one, if that's his territory, he's got the bigger muscles, so his push-ups are going to intimidate the other guy so much that he's going to run out of there.
Now as the day gets warmer and warmer, the desert iguana will start foraging, looking for food. Now as the desert heat peaks for the day though, the desert iguana knows it's a good idea to go take a little break and get out of that desert sun. And so they'll typically take a few hour break, maybe until 3 or so, and then come back out and start foraging again before it gets dark. Generally speaking, not too far from their burrow though. They like to know that that burrow is there for safety, just in case a predator does come along, and they can retreat to that burrow fairly quickly.
Creosote, also known as greasewood and chaparral, provides food and shelter for many desert species.
Well, this is creosote, one of the most common shrubs in the Coachella Valley. Basically, it's one of the oldest plants on the planet, about 12,000 years old. You can see in the springtime how beautiful it is with the yellow flowers and its little seed pods. It's a pretty amazing plant with the amount of adaptations that it has to survive our harsh desert environment. You can see its leaf. It's actually a leaflet of 3. The first leaf, this one gets some pretty good water here, so if the drought does come, it'll lose that largest leaf, leaving the 2 smaller ones. And if drought continues, you see the real tiny brown leaf with a super rigid cell wall and a real waxy covering too to hold that moisture in. So the plant could actually look dead for many years, but actually still be alive. Of course, when water comes, the rain comes, it'll leaf out again and be beautiful like this plant.
The California desert tortoise, our state reptile. The oldest tortoise fossils go back to the time of the dinosaurs, so they've been around for a very long time.
It is a very iconic species to this area. They are adapted specifically for this habitat. They've been here for literally millions of years. So they are a design and an animal that has been here for a very long time and has been successful throughout those years.
Unfortunately, though, they are on the endangered species list. They are considered threatened in the Mojave Desert. So hopefully there are things that as people, as humans, we can do to help raise their population out there in the wild. Because unfortunately, there are a lot of threats to them.
There's all kinds of predators that have excellent noses that look for things like buried nests. Something, for example, that we have here in our deserts would be the coyote.
Ravens are a big threat to desert tortoises, mainly because when they're really little, their shells are really, really soft. It takes about 6 years for the desert tortoise's shell to get fully hardened. However, though, once they get past that 6-year mark, the desert tortoises can live for a very long time, some up to about 75 years. Here at the Living Desert, our oldest resident at the Living Desert is 65 years old right now.
Many people will never get the chance to see, hear, and smell desert reptiles, mammals, and plants up close. But thanks to the important work of organizations such as this, our visitors do get that chance. The whole Living Desert is a learning laboratory. Around every corner, a new opportunity for discovery. So go on, explore, and discover.